Is it time? I think it's time. Welcome to my end of year 2024 reading wrap up. My first ever time doing this. I have a lot of books and there's some hiding behind. So here's how this video is gonna work. So I have many books. I'm gonna tell you what the book is about in 2 lines. And then I'm gonna give you my review and rating, but I have to give my review in 3 words only. That was 6. 3 words only. And after I share all the books that I read this year, we are going to be doing an award ceremony, which I'm so excited for. So stay tuned. Okay, let's get started. I am so excited for this video. This took me around 20 minutes to do. As you can tell, my bookshelf is disheveled because literally half of the books are on the floor right now. I also just reorganized my bookshelf and I am starting to think I did a big mistake because I should have waited for this video to reorganize it. Now I just have to recreate it somehow. Okay, anyways, let's get started. Also, a short disclaimer. Some of these books over here, their timelines are a bit mismatched because my Goodreads was not in descending order, and so I mean I did read them. I did read them the way it is here, but just not consecutively like this. Does that make sense? Speaking of all these books, my Goodreads 2024 reading goal was to read 25 books. I read, do you want to know how many books I read? I read 48 books. If you were to tell me last year that I would read 48 books this year, I would be like, no way. And also there's still 2 weeks left until the end of the year. It might become 50 by the time this video is out. Okay, so the first book we have is actually the 4th on this. 4th wing. But I guess we're gonna start from here because that's on top. Otherwise, that is gonna fall. It's the circle of life. If you fall. So the first book I read in 2024 was 4th Wing, my very first fantasy book. About, okay, 2 lines. Our main character wants to become a scribe but is thrust into an arena where she has to become a writer instead. That was 1 line. And now she has to prove herself that she can actually survive in this brutal university. I think I did a good job. I rated this a 5-star and I would say intriguing, likable characters. I'll consider that as 1 word, and adventurous. The next book I read was A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. This book is basically, no, I have to think about it. A murder was committed 5 years ago and our main character thinks the wrong person was accused of killing this person. I am getting better. I gave this a 5-star and I would say fast-paced, plot twists, worth a reread. Next is Good Girl Bad Blood, second part to the first series. In this, a boy is missing and Pip is finding out what happened to him. Gave this a 5-star and I would say scary, adventurous, I'm gonna use the same word, intense. Oh, this one is literally here at the bottom. You can't even see it, it's that low. No. Next I read As Good as Dead, 3rd book from the series, and in this Pip is the one who is targeted and she has to save herself and her family. Gave this a 5-star, very intense, sad. Another book on the bottom of the pile. Next is I think my first romance, Twisted Love. A morally gray man and a free-spirited girl come together and it's their love story. Oh my god, did you see my earrings? I dressed for the occasion. Gave this a 4-star. Romantic, intense in another way, but also sweet. Next, The Good Part. It's about a girl who is not happy with her life and she wishes she could skip. She wishes she could skip to the good part, and one day she suddenly does because now she is 40 years old, has a husband and a kid. Gave this 4 stars. Sobbing, very sad, reflective, magical. I literally arranged these in the order Goodreads told me, and then now Goodreads says actually it's all wrong. Next, The 7-Year Slip. It's about a girl who lives alone, finds a strange man in her apartment when she comes home from work, and now she is terrified. Also, it's magical realism. 2nd sentence. 5 stars. Sad, adorable, sweet. Did I already say sweet? I don't know. Next is Iron Flame, 2nd part to 4th Wing. Things are just more intense than this. Slow, sad, I want more. The Roughest Draft, about a girl and a guy who are authors who used to write books together, but now something's happened in between them, so now they don't write books together, but the world is asking more books from the 2 of them. Gave this a 4-star, but I would change it. 3. Slow, plot, question mark, boring. There are 2 best friends. One best friend opens an online store. The second best friend, to support the first friend, buys something, but then the first friend starts chatting with this friend about her personal life and their friendship, and now this girl knows she doesn't like certain things about her, and you know, yada yada yada. I definitely think that was a horrible explanation. 4 stars. Unique, funny, intriguing. Once Upon a Broken Heart, my favorite book. About a girl who wants to marry someone, but that someone is about to get married to her sister, so she goes over to a fate to do some magic so that he can marry her instead of her sister. 5 stars? Intense 5 stars. I think about this book every day. Beautiful, more beautiful, pretty, I want more. Next, The Perfect Wife. Husband and wife. The woman wakes up from a coma, doesn't remember anything. Her husband then tells her stories, but then she starts remembering things, and then she knows that her husband is lying to her and some things he's saying is just wrong. 3 stars. Ew. What? Why? It's actually in order now. A normal girl wants to unnormalize her life, and so she does different activities and different things to spice up her life. Give this a 4 star. I actually don't remember much about this book. Interesting, a likable character, literally do not remember. Inspiring, she's growing. A princess and a bodyguard fall in love. 5 star, my favorite book from the Twisted series. The Bodyguard. English is literally, it's nowhere to be seen. I don't know First ever time I read a princess and a bodyguard dynamic, and I am here for it. Reese, his name is Reese, isn't it? Yes, I love him. Dazzling, jealous. Aww. Caraval, my second favorite book, not series, book. The other two, it's about a competition that happens every year, and you only get invited if you are personally invited. Otherwise, you're not invited, and then you have to play a game in order to get your heart's desire. Somewhat like Wizard of Oz. Give this 5 stars. Magical, funny. I love the characters, especially Scarlet. Love lockdown. About 5 couples locked down in a building during COVID. That's it. Gave it a 4 star, but I think I would drop it down to a 3 or a 3.5. I never get 0.5 rating for this, maybe. Sweet, fun, kinda bored. Miss Marple senses danger happening in her friend's house, and now she goes to visit her friend's house to see if anyone in her house is suspicious. My back hurts. 3 stars, as I should. It deserves 3 stars. Boring? What? Okay. Next, The Inheritance Games. Another one of my favorite fantasy series. A girl who randomly gets billions of dollars because an old man dies, and he doesn't know this girl, but he has given her all of his property. And now they're trying to find out why. Give it a 4 star. Fast-paced, fun, plot twist, legendary second part to the Caraval series. Another competition, I think. I think so. Gave it a 3 star. Was disappointed. Funny, sometimes boring, a little bit boring. Where did May go? Next, Just for the Summer. A girl and a guy have a curse that whoever they date breaks up with them and then finds the love of their life. So they think if they both date each other, they can break up and then find their love of their life. 5 star, my very first Abby Jimenez book. Definitely want to read more from this author. It was beautiful, it was emotional, it was heart-wrenching. I think we need to start a second pile. Our first pile is almost done. We just have 1 more book in it. The Reappearance of Rachel Price. It's about a girl whose mother is missing from 16 years. So now they're making a documentary on this, but the mother suddenly reappears after 16 years. 4 star, too long. Plot twists. Did you? I just got attacked by my books. Did I already say what I thought of this? 4 stars. I think I did. No? Okay. I think I did. I gave 2. I don't remember what I just said, but I guess I'll give the final one, which is, what is it called? Toe tipping? Toe gripping? Keeping on your toes. Okay, let's just go with intense. The first pile is now officially over. The Love Hypothesis. It's about a girl whose friends won't stop pestering her about not having a boyfriend, so she fake dates her professor, who is handsome, and now they both are fake dating for their own benefits. 5 star, my very first Ali Hazelwood book. Also another author that I would like to read more books from. Funny, cute, fun. Next, Happily Never After. A woman hires this man to break her wedding, and now they both break weddings together for a living. Funny, great banter, sweet. Next, A Life Without You. A woman dies, and now we are shown how the family deals with the grief of the loss. Give this a 3 star. Underwhelming, slow, okay. Guess what? What is coming after April over here? December. How? I do not know. Anyway, so apparently after that, I read Funny Story. A girl and a guy, they have fiancés. The fiancés break up with this girl and guy, and now they both live in an apartment. Give it a 5 star. Funny, hilarious banter, cozy. Finale is the 3rd book in the Caraval series. Gave it a 4 star. Honestly, it was between a 3 and a 4. Disappointed, underwhelming, sad, because it was over. The second part to The Inheritance Games, and honestly, I do not know what happened in this. 4 stars. Quick, plot twisty, fun time. Unholy murder. People are doing construction. During construction, they find a coffin. In the coffin is the body of a nun. Now they're investigating. I think I'm doing great with explaining in 2 lines, honestly. Gave it a 4 star. I actually hated this because of its cover. I don't like the cover at all, but it was very interesting. Great story. Annoying character at times. Hate mail. Gave this 4 stars. One of my very most anticipated reads of the year. Oh, I didn't tell you what it's about. 2 pen pals who have been writing to each other since they were kids, but suddenly the boy stops writing letters and now the girl wants to find out why. Sweet, slow burn, love the concept. Guys, we are almost done with the books. We just have 1 pile and a few books. 2 books over here. Final book in the Twisted series. In this we have Stella and Christian. Again, another morally gray man, another sweet girl. Give it a 4 star. Weird, strange, fun. I'm using the word fun a lot. I need to put a ban on that word right now. The Ballad of Never After, the second part to the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. Again, the story continues. Something happened. 5 stars. This whole series is a 5-star series for me. Surprised. Love the world. I want more. Next, Nora Goes Off Script. I think this is the shortest book I read this year. Another author I would love to read more from. Also, I love the cover. It's so pretty. A pretty cover and a pretty book, and the author writes great. That's a great combo for me. Nora is a screenwriter who writes holiday films, and the actor who is acting in her film stays at her house for a few days for the shoot, and they start talking, and that's what the story is about. Gave it a 4 star. Actually, I finished this in 1 day. Cozy, fast-paced, strong female character. Next, Why Love? Am I gonna stop saying this? Another author whose book I absolutely loved, and Wild Eyes is on my radar. Enemies to lovers. The guy and the girl hate each other, but then their paths cross and they have to work together. Give it a 5 star. Literally the coziest. Love the male character. Great banter. Next, my very first classic ever after school, Rebecca. I might actually read more classics if it's like this. About a girl who marries a rich guy who owns a whole town / city, and now she's living with him. He used to have a wife. She's dead now, but everyone still remembers his wife, and he's becoming distant. 5 star. Instant 5 star. Plot twist. Sad. Empathetic or empathy? Next, The Housemaid. This series changed my life. It's about a housemaid who works in someone's house, but then there's something strange going on. So she gets locked in her room. Yeah. Instant, another 5 intense 5 stars. Plot twist. Fast pace. I want more. We are down to 1 pile. The awards are close. Next, Parallel End House. Look at that cover. It's pretty. I love it. That is the only reason I bought this. That is why. This book is about a house where many people live, but then a murder happens at the house, and our detective is trying to figure out what happened. Having bought it just for the cover, I did give this a 3 stars. Slow, boring, questioning myself as to why I picked up this book, which is unfortunate because I love this author. Am I missing? No, I just talked about that book. Next, Happy Place. It's about 3 couple friends. One couple has broken up, but they meet each year at a house, so they are still fake dating to make it look like to their friends that they are still dating each other. How much did I give it? 5 stars. Funny, nostalgic, emotional. Whew, my back is hurting. If you have any tips for good back, let me know. Next, Hot Girl Summer. It's about a trio of friends who come together from their busy lives, and now they have things going on in their lives, but they want to have a hot girl summer. 5 stars. I bought this book to read with a friend. I have never read a book so fast. Funny, no, hilarious, fast-paced, friendship, we're almost done, love at first night. About a girl going through a crisis, but then finds a job at the Tower of London, and then there is a distant relative of the prince / king who is also admitted in it, but wants to be a nuisance, and now they don't like each other. 4 stars. Sweet, funny, a bit slow at times. The Housemaid. Secret, the second book in the series, gave it a 4 star. It wasn't as good as the first book. Confusing, distant. I just felt distant to the characters. Plot twists. She does always have plot twists in her book. I just didn't like it that much. Next, better than the movies, and this one is gonna be a bit of a because many people love this, but I don't know what happened to me. A girl and a guy who were childhood mortal enemies, but now for their own benefits have to fake date. Yeah, that's it. Give it a 3 star. Slow, funny. I don't even have a third word for it. Skip. Next is the 3rd book in the Housemaid series. Housemaid is Watching. Gave this a 5 star. Nothing beats the first book, but after a lull of a second book, this was definitely a better 3rd book. Plot twist, shocking, gory. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. A girl makes a deal with the dark that turns her invisible, and so nobody remembers her after they see her. Give it a 5 star. Emotional, depressing, gloomy. I think I'm just giving synonyms of words at this point. We have only 3 books left. Next, Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone. As the title suggests, that is exactly what happens in a family of, I guess, mafias. Well, they definitely are morally great people. Give it a 5 star. I actually bought a 2nd book from this author that is related to this world, and I'm so excited for that one. This was funny, hilarious, everything. Literally synonyms of funny. It was out of the box. Oh my god, literally, this Jane Harper, this lady has said it. Utterly original, hugely entertaining, a must read. Yes. Next is a book I read on my Kindle, which is all about you. Childhood enemies to lovers, and now they have to fake date. And I gave this a 4 star. Funny, sweet, cute. Then I read another book on my Kindle. Can you tell I got my Kindle at this point in the year? I read Cruel Winter, which is a short story. So this girl and guy used to have a thing, but then they broke up. But now this random day, this girl goes to the guy's house to get a pan to cook something for her father, and then a snowstorm happens, and now they're stuck together in this house. Gave it a 5 star for some reason. Definitely not feeling 5 star at this moment. I would say it was a 4 star. It was 70 pages long as well. I actually have no words. It was a bit strange. I didn't love it that much. It was okay, slow, even in 70 pages. I think maybe a little bit. Another book I don't have a 3rd word for because I just didn't feel much. The Kindle is done. Then we have The Silent Patient. It's about a woman who shot her husband 5 times. Now she's in a mental institution. However, our author wants to find out what happened to her, try to fix her some way. I gave this a 5 star. This was shocking, so interesting, dark. The next book I read is A Curse for True Love. The 3rd book in the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. Gave this a 5 star, and I would say it was romantic, magical. Again, I was sad because it is over. That took a lot from me. My shelves are empty. The book piles are empty. I guess that only means it is time for the awards. So the first award that we have is for the prettiest book, prettiest cover of a book. Honestly, I thought I would have to skim through the books, but actually I've already decided. A Curse for True Love. The instance that I bought this book, I could not stop staring at it. And also, as I was reading, when I was done reading, I would just close it, and then I would just stare at the cover. That is actually what I would do. I am not making this up. The next book we have is Plot is Twisting. This book had so many plots, it was kind of unhinged. Maybe it should have had a little bit less, but it was just plot twist filled. And definitely, without a doubt, it would have to be Reappearance of Rachel Price, not even As Good as Dead or A Good Girl to Get to Murder or any of those books, but this one probably had around 20 plot twists towards the end of the book. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is how it went. Could there be a little bit less of plot twist? Maybe, but it did win this award. Good job. Next we have is Funniest Read. This one is a bit hard to pick because it did have a lot of funny reads that I read. I would say some that are on top is definitely Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone, Funny Story, Happily Never After. Which one do I give this award to? Because this is going to be engraved. It's gonna be engraved somewhere. Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone, because to be a crime book and be hilarious at the same time is very hard, and this was very intriguing to read. Literally from the first page I was cackling, and I'm pretty sure there are some parts that are written differently for the Kindle, because I did read some parts over here and some parts over here, and there was a part in this where he was like, oh, I'm sure you would do it like this because you are reading this on an e-reader. And so I was just like intrigued what that part would probably say in the physical copy. This was funny. Congratulations. Next we have a saddest book. Some of my top ones would probably be Just for the Summer, Rebecca, Fourth Wing. Honestly, I think Fourth Wing is going to have to win. Where is it? It is literally at the bottom of this. I am not gonna take it out. If you know, you know. I have not cried, physically sobbed on any other book. My heart is dead. Next we have best book from a new genre that I've read. So by this I mean, usually I would only read romance and crime. I would just be a crime thriller girly. So the best book from genres such as fantasy, fiction, everything but crime really, I would give that to either Fourth Wing or Once Upon a Broken Heart. Literally these two fantasy books are in my heart. They're engraved in my heart. However, if I had to choose one, I would pick Fourth Wing just because it was the first ever fantasy book I ever read, but I do think I want to give it to Once Upon a Broken Heart. Oh my god, that seems like such a betrayal because I love both the books equally. Once Upon a Broken Heart, the whole series I absolutely love. As I said, give all the 3 books a 5 star. So I guess this one goes to Once Upon a Broken Heart. And the final category for tonight is I would not recommend. I don't know why I decided to end this on a sad or bad note, but apparently I did. There are definitely some books I would say I would not recommend. I guess this award would go to The Roughest Draft. It was a great story, had a great storyline, but I don't know. I literally felt myself sleeping every time I was reading this book. I feel like if this book was written in a different way, in a more exciting and intriguing way, it would be fun to read. Again, the story was great. Something in it was boring for me. I would not recommend this, even though the cover is really pretty. So those were all the books I read in 2024. Honestly, there are so many books on my shelf still, which I thought Goodreads did forget some because I thought I read them this year, but actually I read them last year. I have been talking on TikTok about them as if I literally read them this year, which I guess I need to stop. I cannot believe I reached my reading goal this year of 25 books and read 48. Doubled my goal. And before the year ends, I definitely want this number to be 50 just because it's a satisfying number. And as for next year, because I read 48 books, I want to challenge myself for next year and maybe, let's just say I might maybe 60, maybe one day we're gonna do 100. Not today, not next year, not the year after that, but one day. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this book. If you did, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, make sure to not turn your book. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and let me know how many books you read this year and what your goal was for this year. And also tell me what goal you're gonna set for next year. Make sure to follow me on all my social media platforms and also make sure to subscribe. Please, I always talk about books. If you like books, you like reading books, you like holding books, you like smelling books, subscribe. I'm very proud of myself. I hope you're proud of yourself too, because I'm proud of you. Everyone is proud of you. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.